Hi everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing one of my favorite cinchers. What I'm wearing right now is the Swiss cincher made by Sparklewren. So here's the front, the side, the back, and the other side. This cincher is quite short. The center front here is 9.5 inches, and then on the side here, the shortest part of the cincher, it's 8.5 inches. You can see that it comes up over my iliac crest. My crest is right here, so it's not even coming down and touching it. This is one of the reasons that, despite the fact that this corset was not made to my measurements, it's still quite comfortable on my hips. I don't feel any pinching or numbness in my hip here. Of course, if you're having one of these cinchers made to your size, then you won't have to worry about any discomfort or any parts of the corset not fitting you properly. For the silhouette, I would call this an extreme hourglass, probably bordering on wasp waist, since it does come in quite a bit here. Because of the nearly continuous boning throughout this entire cincher, this means that the tension and the pressure is very equally distributed. I find it to be very comfortable, no weird pokey spots or pressure points anywhere. Also, because all these bones are in external channels, this means that the inside is totally smooth. It's actually because of this cincher that I started requesting more bones in a lot of my custom corsets that I ordered later on. So here's a cincher laying flat, and I'm going to say right now that the construction eludes me a bit, but I don't want to take it apart because it's Sparklewren. So the fashion layer here is a satin couture. It's a real satin couture, cotton backed satin, and then on the inside there is a plush kind of floating liner, also made out of satin, but it's not satin couture. This corset feels thick enough that it could have 3 layers. It could be another layer of interlining in between there. However, anybody using satin couture could easily get away with using only 2 layers because it is strong in itself. If I turn the corset to the inside here, I can see that this was made with a 6-panel pattern. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you guys saw how well it goes around curves. For the actual assembly of this, I believe, I'm not sure, that the fashion layer, and if there is an interlining, then the interlining together were flat-lined and the panels assembled with the seams still on the inside. The external boning channels were laid down on top of that and flossed before the lining was even put on, and you can see here that the lining is floating. I can feel it. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but there is a waist tape in here, about 3/4 of an inch wide, I believe, and running straight through the inside of the corset, invisibly stitched. And here is a close-up of the binding. I believe it's made from the same satin couture as the rest of the corset, so it blends beautifully. And you can see how thin it is. It's very, very thin, about half the width that most other corsets have. It's machine stitched on the outside, and then on the inside you can see that it is hand finished. My cincher doesn't come with a Modesty panel because I just bought this off a sample sale, but I'm sure if you ordered this, made to order, and you requested a Modesty panel, she could probably make one for you. However, my cincher did come with an unbowed Modesty panel attached to the knob side of the busk. The busk itself is 9 inches long with 5 pins, and it is a standard flexible busk, 1/2 inch wide on each side. However, there's also a flat steel bone on either side of the busk that's keeping it very sturdy, and you saw when I was modeling it that it keeps the front very flat. For boning, this cincher would be what somebody would call continuously boned, meaning that there are so many bones in this corset that you would be hard-pressed to squeeze another one in here anywhere. So this corset has 34 bones, 17 bones on each side, not including the busk. And so most of the bones are spiral steel boning. You can see all of these on the sides, 1/4 inch wide spiral steel bones. However, the bone that's right beside the busk in the front and the 2 bones sandwiching the grommets at the back, those are both 1/4 inch wide flat steel bones, and they are very rigid, very good quality flat steel bones. I just want to show you the embellishment because all of these bones are in external boning channels, and each one of them is flossed on the bottom and on the top. So you can see that most of these is just a pale pink V style flossing, although there are some of these little wheat grain flossing motifs here, and it's also echoed at the top of the corset. You can see here. Here's a close-up of the grommets. There are 28 two-part silver finished grommets, so 14 on each side. They are teensy tiny. I believe these ones, I'm guessing these ones are size X00, which are even smaller than the 00. So they have an internal measurement of about 4 millimeters, but it works well with this cincher. You can see that the 4 grommets that are closest at the waistline, they're closer together than the rest of the grommets, so it gives you some more control in the cinching. And here's the inside of the eyelets. You can see that they've all rolled really nicely. There's no splits in here whatsoever. They hold in very well. I believe these might be Prim brand eyelets, just by the way that they're set. These look like they're also set with a hammer and anvil, not used to press. And they're extremely sturdy. I can't tell you how many times I've worn this cincher, and the grommets are holding in really, really well, despite the fact that they're quite small. And the laces are kind of an anticlimactic thing to end on, but they're 1/4 inch wide, flat shoelace style laces. I said it before, I'll say it again. I love the laces that I get in all of my corsets that are made in the UK. I am kind of jealous that they can have, you know, these types of laces sourced so easily. The price for the Swiss cincher made to order is about £350 in the UK. This converts to around $550 in the US or Canada. However, because Sparklewren is celebrating her 3-year anniversary of her business this year, she is offering one customer this cincher for £100 off, only £250. However, it is first come, first serve, so I'll put the link down below. So this concludes the review for the Sparklewren Swiss cincher. I hope you enjoyed this and you found it educational. If you did, then please click the like button and help support the channel. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below and I'd be happy to get back to you. And I will see you all in a few days with another video. Bye!